That is so cool.
The iPhone is actually sharper
Really
and it's
good.
producing a more true-to-life image.
This is the best an iPhone has ever looked.
Today we're going to find out how this iPhone actually holds up against a real-life cinema camera. Today we're comparing this iPhone 13 Pro to the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 4K with a Vazen 40mm anamorphic lens. Of course, the iPhone does not have anything close to an anamorphic lens, but that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is to simply compare what we would usually film a big client project with to an iPhone, something that a bunch of people now actually have in their pocket. As you probably know, the biggest thing the iPhone is pushing is cinematic mode, where the iPhone actually takes the data that you're getting while you're shooting and makes a depth map and then generates fake depth of field for you.
Other companies like Samsung have made portrait mode video a thing, but it's kind of garbage. When portrait pictures came out from the iPhone, they weren't great, but then over the years they got better. So I trust that cinematic mode will be the exact same way.
We shot a bunch of footage and let's look at it with our eyes.
Eyeballs.
I was gonna say eyeballs.
That's crazy.
Whoa. We should kiss.
That's crazy. That's like that's not a face. When I saw the ads for it, I thought it would only work on people because that's what they advertise it as. That's just sand. That looks good.
So right off the bat, the iPhone has a lot of versatility built in, but let's compare the actual image quality. It's safe to say that the Blackmagic's image quality is going to body the iPhone.
It's gonna body the cinema, or it's gonna body the iPhone.
The 3x camera, is it better?
I think a big thing that makes the 3X look so normal and not like a phone is that it's so stable. It looks like you're holding a bigger camera. The first place we shot at when we left, it was beautifully day out, and we decided to go the only dark spot on the entire beach.
Because we're dumb asses. This was a really nice spot to shoot in, but it was really stupid of us because multiple times we almost got swept out to sea.
Why are we filming here? I mean, it is fun to film in dangerous scenarios, like when the tide's coming in and the only way to get out is to climb perilous rocks.
And of course, in that situation, it was much easier to carry the phone up and down that pathway than it was to have to pass the cinema camera up to each other.
The first thing to note here that's surprising is the iPhone's dynamic range is really good.
The iPhone can actually do this really cool thing where it doubles the frame rate and every other frame it exposes differently and then blends them together to make a high dynamic range image. Can I do a trick? It's gonna be like...
This is an iPhone 6S. Look at the camera size difference. Look at that. This thing's like a pinhole. If I'm doing cinematic mode on the front camera and I turn my head to look at Finn, it should change the focus to his head, but it wasn't working at the beach. Did it work now?
Yeah, it worked. That works fine.
Wait, why didn't it work at the beach?
Why didn't it work at the beach? As the iPhone progresses and we get updates for the iOS and, of course, the iPhone 14, we're going to have a lot less glitching, probably.
And then I look at you, and I look back. What happens if I look away? Nothing.
However, another crazy feature of the iPhone is, of course, since they have this depth map, after you shoot, you can go back in and refocus the camera.
Once again, that looks really good. Really good. Your nose is gone.
My face is so goddamn pale that it just looks like a rock, I guess.
You don't have to change the camera when you're at wide angle to go macro. You just go closer.
If you use something like the probe lens, you could get a shot like this, but lighting wouldn't work the same. You would have to pump that lens full of lighting because it has such a closed aperture. But the iPhone has the fixed aperture and somehow can compensate for doing really close macro shots and then going right into just a wide angle 13mm shot of me where I'm all weird and stretched.
So at this point, Finn got a very important business meeting call. So I was filming with both cameras.
My lawyer friend
and look at this. Look at this shot. Play it. I'm out there. I'm out there.
Mm-hmm. And then where are you?
That's so cool.
If anyone wants to know how many hairs I have on the back of my head, go ahead and pause it and count.
Switching to the Blackmagic, it looks a little different. It looks a little bit different. Listen, I'm trying really hard to compare these two just evenly here, but oh my god, look at that flare. That is so cool.
The Vazen's flares are just... We asked this guy if we could film him and he just started laughing because of course he saw us with the gigantic camera and he knew that we were filming something.
And then we were like, no. We film with iPhone? You're in my shot. That's dope.
All right, man.
Thanks, bro.
Have a good one.
Yeah. Thanks for doing a walk. So I'm walking really smooth. That's one of the things I pride myself. Hey, no! I pride myself in how smooth I walk. No, we have the one wheel, so we're gonna try some one wheel shots with the phone and with the cinema camera. That's bright. That's really bright. Yeah. I mean, it's really getting everything. It's getting the shadows nicely. I think this is the best an iPhone has ever looked.
This is the best iPhone footage we got. It was the footage
it was the footage of the screen.
of the screen. Look how good it looks. Okay, sharpness on the Vazen is obviously way lower because it's an anamorphic. You're not going to get a sharp anamorphic for under $1 billion.
Yeah. The shutter speed of the iPhone is obviously an issue unless you have a pro camera app and an ND filter. You're not going to get 180-degree shutter. It just doesn't make any sense why Apple wouldn't offer shutter ISO control in the iPhone 13 Pro. I'm getting this super shaky flare.
If you show the majority of iPhone users these two shots, you probably won't get a definitive "the Vazen is better" response because the iPhone is actually sharper and it's producing a more true-to-life image. And in some situations, that is actually what you're gonna want. Out of these two images, which one do you think is better?
It is better?
Which one do you like more?
The bottom one?
Hey Dad, I just wanna know, which of these images do you think is better?
I like the top one more.
Okay, interesting.
Obviously, the Blackmagic doesn't have any built-in stabilization. However, if you add enough weight to the camera, it gives it this heavy, sort of supported feel that you see in a lot of movies. And I think that looks way better than a super rock-steady image from an iPhone. However, if you're going after a really steady image, the iPhone's gonna do better than any unstabilized cinema camera. Sometimes it's almost too steady. It's so subliminal.
What?
I don't know what I just said. Before we added the cage and the matte box and the rails to the Blackmagic, it was just the lens and the camera itself, which was really shaky. But having that extra weight on it gives it this cinema look that is hard to detect when you're watching it, but once you see the difference, it's just amazing how much of a quality jump it makes. Oh, that's a good crack.
That's cool. Ooh, let's do ASMR.
Oh my god! Oh.
Here we're underneath the pier at the beach. The dynamic range is holding up and the sun is peeking through. The light is beautiful. And look, this iPhone shot is actually holding up quite nicely. Of course, these are the perfect conditions for the Vazen to shine. If we actually compare it, the Vazen just bodies the phone. I don't know why we made this video. This is a stupid comparison. This lens is so much more expensive than the iPhone, but this is so cool.
That's really cool. 2 years ago, when I had my iPhone 7, I could never imagine getting a shot like this. This is the ultimate rig.
Let's play this with the cinematic music.
Wow.
Honestly, this looks better than the Vazen.
It's really impressive.
Oh, God.
There's something that is so real about the iPhone that I really like. Like, if I wanted to go back and see what it was like to be on that beach while I was there, I'd prefer to watch an iPhone shot.
This is a very unreliable vlogging setup.
I think it's pretty good.
We just finished editing this video, guys, and we're gonna post it. And if you guys would like to see any more videos from us, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I gotta finish the outro before my arm gives out.
Your fingers are really struggling.
I gotta put this down.
What's that?